What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back. You guessed it. It's time for another top Pokemon card auctions of the week recap. Another fantastic week of Pokemon card auctions. We saw several very fascinating graded card lots that came by. We'll also be discussing some graded cards that seem to be taking a turn for the worse in terms of their value, and we have several uncut Pokemon card sheets, vintage uncut sheets to go through that ended in auction, so stay tuned to the very end, folks. There's something for everybody in this video. A big thanks to today's auction recap sponsor, the one and only lowpopping.market. Lowpopping.market, if you don't already know, is an Instagram page of high-end card dealers. And on this page is a great variety of graded Pokemon cards and some very desirable sealed product for sale. They have no shortage of low pop PSA 10s, black labels, autograph cards, even graded cards from other very popular TCGs such as Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball. In other words, this is the marketplace for serious TCG collectors. And lately I've had numerous subscribers reach out to me letting me know about the grail they recently obtained from lowpopping.market. And one of the best things about lowpopping.market is the ability to trade for the particular item that you are looking to get for your collection. And that trading process is very easy and straightforward. And as always, they offer international shipping and multiple payment methods. So folks, when you're done watching this auction recap, go to Instagram and follow lowpopping.market. I will link that in the description below. Go check out what they have, and please let me know what you get. I love hearing from you guys. Alright folks, let's feast our eyes on some awesome Pokemon card sales, starting off with the Japanese 151 set. We did see a lot of the Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard from this set, all graded CGC 10 pristine with the new label on them, and they all sold together for $570 this week. And of course we saw several graded Charizard cards from the newest set, Obsidian Flames. Here we have a gold secret rare Charizard EX in PSA 10. Started off really good this week, selling for $820, but later on in the week didn't do so hot, selling for about $330. And then we saw this Charizard EX special illustration rare. This is definitely the hit of the set. We saw a raw copy sell for $255, and then a PSA 10 example also sold for $780. Up next, we have a bunch of very interesting modern card sales. Here is a Latios GX alt art from Team Up. Came by again this week, selling for $1,875 as a PSA 10. And then we saw the Japanese version that hit a very similar price, selling for $1,850, but then a Japanese BGS 10 Black Label copy showed up, and it sold for $10,225 big ones. There were also a few more Black Label sales that came by. Here's a Lugia V-Star Gold Secret Rare card from Silver Tempest. Got the Black Label and sold for $511. And then we saw a Black Label Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars, and it sold for $1,275. Up next, we saw a Black Label Alt Art Magikarp and Wailord GX from Team Up, and it sold this week for $2,650. Here is the Black Label Moonbreon VMAX, hitting a new low this week, selling for $3,700. So this card has gone from $12,000 all the way down to $3,700. How low can you go? I guess would be the question for this card, and we'll find out here soon. And then we saw a PSA 10 full art Lily from Ultra Prism. Once again, dwindling this week from what we've seen it in the past couple months, selling for $1,232. Up next, this is just a slew of bad news here for some of these cards. Here we have a limited collection Master Battle Set Alola Friends card in PSA 10 that sold for $4,250. And as you all know, we've seen this card sell for much higher in the past couple of months. And then it just keeps getting worse. We saw the gold medal Pikachu card from the Ultra Premium Collection box of Celebrations. Now, at one point, folks, believe it or not, this card had sold for over $10,000. Now, this is back when PSA wasn't grading these cards. It was very low pop. But when they started grading this card again, we saw an auction about 4 months ago where this card sold for $2,500. And then this week, this card was cut in half from that price, selling for $1,250. Not looking good for the metal Pikachu card here, folks. Finishing our modern segment, here we have a couple of the lowest pop holos from Evolutions. Here we have a PSA 10 Holo Chansey that sold in auction this week for $503. And then a very low pop holographic Hitmonchan in PSA 10 that sold for $841 this week. Up next, we saw a lot of, I believe, like 28 PSA graded cards. These are, I think these are all modern cards. And if you take a look, there are a few bangers in this lot. Like you got the Umbreon EX from Fates Collide in PSA 10. That's like a couple $100 card, I believe. You got several PSA 10 Charizards in this, so I don't know. I'm not sure the exact value of this lot, but it sold in auction for $1,302. And I do believe if you were to sell all of these cards individually, this is a steal price for this lot. Let me know what you think. And I love when you guys reach out to me on Instagram and let me know what you've bought and sold. I really appreciate it. Like this guy right here who bought this Japanese PSA 10 Sylveon EX from the Pokéyen collection. Got for a good deal at $800 when this card has sold in the past for over $1,200. So awesome pickup, my friend. Now on to the vintage portion of our video. Here we have another Japanese base set Charizard in PSA 10. We've been seeing this card come by every week, and that's okay. It's a beautiful card. It sold this week for $4,050. We saw a PSA 10 Shadowless Ninetales that sold for $2,125. A PSA 10 First Edition Victory Bell from Jungle hit some big numbers, selling for $1,082. And then we saw the Unlimited Dark Charizard Holo from Team Rocket in PSA 10, and it sold this week for $1,700. Here we have an Erica's Venusaur from Gym Challenge. First edition PSA 10 sold for $2,425, and this is a very difficult card to grade on account of all that extra holofoil on the left-hand side there. Here we have a CGC 10 Gem Mint First Edition Lugia that came by and sold for $9,900 this week, along with this first edition PSA 10 Tyranitar from Neo Discovery. This is a Tyranitar rookie card, if you don't know, and it sold for $1,758. And then here we have another rookie card in Umbreon. This first edition PSA 10 sold for $5,800 this week. Up next is a very strange lot. I'm going to go through it here with you. It is a Shadowless first edition PSA 10 base set Machamp. It is also a first edition Dragonite Holo from Fossil, and it is a first edition Ho-Oh from Neo Revelation. All PSA 10, all first edition, sold for a grand total of $6,301. And this is an odd variety of cards to put in a lot together. I feel like these should be sold separately. I'm not sure why you would put these all together. I don't know. It was really weird because like the Dragonite itself sells for between $4,000 to $5,000, and then the Ho-Oh is a couple $1,000 card. So I'm not sure what was going on here. Somebody may have got themselves a really good deal. I'm not sure. You let me know what you think in the comments below on this particular auction. Up next, we saw, I think, all of the Japanese crystal cards come by in PSA 10. We saw the Crystal Ho-Oh sell for $3,550. Crystal Nidoking that sold for $1,442. Golem sold for $1,295, and the Kabutops sold for $1,440. And then we saw the Japanese Crystal Lugia that sold for $6,526. Celebi here sold for $3,665. Kingdra sold for $1,435, and then the Crystal Charizard sold for the most at an even $15,000. And then up next, perhaps another steal? I'm not sure, but it was this PSA 10 Umbreon Holo from Skyridge that was in auction, and one person sniped it at $2,700 when this card typically sells for around $4,500. So if you were the person that bought this Umbreon, let us know in the comments, because if you did, you got yourself an amazing deal. Up next from Southern Islands, we saw a promo reverse holo Meryl. Very tough card to get in PSA 10 as it sold this week for $2,321. And then from Aquapolis, we saw this holo Ampharos that sold for $1,625. And then getting into the EX era, we saw this Deoxys EX from Emerald that sold for $1,683. We saw the Gold Star Celebi from EX Crystal Guardians that sold for $2,063, along with the Gold Star Mewtwo from EX Holon Phantoms that sold for $4,600. From Diamond and Pearl Secret Wonders, we saw this Holo Charizard in PSA 10, sold for $2,950. And I don't know, folks. This is just like a very uninspired artwork of Charizard. Expensive card, but pretty lackluster illustration if you ask me. And then we saw two PSA 10 Holo Suicunes from Call of Legends. This one here sold for $1,325, while the other one sold in auction for about $1,400. Now, you know I'm not a big fan of Prime cards, but we did see this Heart Gold Soul Silver Triumphant Gengar Prime came through an auction as a PSA 10, and it sold for $884. And I think this is the best Prime card ever made. Along with this Umbreon from Undaunted, got a PSA 10 and sold for $2,125. On to some interesting uncut sheets from Heritage Auctions. We saw this Chinese Machamp first edition uncut sheet that sold for $5,750. And then we saw this Unlimited Gym Heroes uncut sheet that sold for $6,250. Along with this one here that sold for $6,875. Here we have an uncut sheet of Chinese holographic cards from Unlimited Base that sold for $7,500. And then here we have an Unlimited Team Rocket uncut sheet that sold for $7,500 as well. Here we have a Portuguese Unlimited Base Set uncut sheet that sold for $8,750. And then we're going to finish off this auction recap with a few interesting auctions from PWCC. Here we have a PSA 9 Japanese promo Tropical Mega Battle phone card of Articuno. Sold for $5,760. The Moltres phone card sold for $6,600, while the Japanese phone card sold for the most at $7,200. Here we have a 2014 XY Blackstar Promo World's Championship Festival card in PSA 9 that sold for $7,800 this week. And then of course we got to mention this PSA 10 Giovanni Scheme card from the Team Rocket special case that sold for $11,100. And then here we have an Art Academy Fujishima Pikachu card that sold as a PSA 10 for $14,400. Woo! And then the last auction we're going to cover is another PSA 10 Japanese Crystal Charizard, only this one sold for $16,200. Whew, that's it, folks. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it more than you know. Go to Instagram, follow lowpopping.market. Let me know what you get. Thanks again, folks. I appreciate it. That's all I got. I'll catch you all in my next one.